Well, hi there. There was a few things that are not particularly hockey orientated, but it's all part of the propaganda apparatus. So in a way, yes, they are kind of, it's significant and worthwhile bringing up. Okay, well, where to begin? I guess I'll start with what I'm a little bit more familiar with. That would be the hockey guy. He knows quite a bit about the specifics of hockey during gameplay and all that. Like he knows line combinations, what happens in Stanley Cup Finals. He collects jerseys similar as I do, and all that sort of stuff. He has different ideology on certain things. He's, a nice enough guy, but, I don't agree with him on everything on hockey. In particular with jerseys. Of late, he made it a point to say, I'm not buying any of the Adidas stuff because it's too expensive, blah, blah, blah. Because he's used to picking up his jerseys for, like, nothing. Probably because they're used, or I don't know, or they're just off of full moon jerseys, and they're basically jerseys nobody wants. I went to the hockey store the other day, and they had some jerseys for $45, brand new Canuck jerseys. They had a few Lapierre, they had McCain, they had Booth. They had Verbata. I was getting confused because before I made this video I was wondering, was that Verbata I saw or was it Gudbranson? And then I remembered it was former Vancouver Canuck players that were on for $45 at the Canuck store. I didn't buy any of them because I didn't want a Verbata jersey. I almost forgot who McCain was. Lapierre, oh, maybe. David Booth, definitely would have gone for that, except it was an XXL. I have no use for an XXL jersey. I suppose they would shrink in the wash. I don't know, I've never tried that with a jersey before. But it would have made more sense just to get, like a normal size, like a large. Like, I'm 6 foot, 200 pound. I don't need an XL even. A few of my jerseys are XL, but they don't actually fit that great, unless it's, like an ice box outside and I have to dress in layers. Anyway, that all aside, the hockey guy, I lost a bit of respect for him in some ways because, well, he's looking for handouts. That's what it is. He wants to pay nothing and get everything the best. Like, he's got 100+ jerseys, and he's whining and complaining that the Adidas jerseys are $200. Yes, the Vancouver Canuck jersey, not really worth getting. The embroidery on it's not particularly good. But I had made the point of saying the Chicago Blackhawks jersey in particular, very nice embroidery. I am going to pick up that jersey. That is going to happen at some point. Not right this second, but at some point I'm going to get it. So that was one thing he recently made the decision of that I didn't agree with him on, because I don't look for handouts. I earn what I get. So there's that. And the other thing is, he said in light of the Adidas jerseys showing up and the fact that nobody's gonna sell their new Adidas jerseys to him for the price he wants them for. Yeah, you want a Vegas jersey, you want that new Minnesota jersey you're going on about, you pay for it like everyone else. But now he's saying he wants to get into football jerseys. Football? Forget it, man. That sport is pathetic. In all aspects. I admit, I do have a Minnesota Vikings hat and shirt, and I also have a Redskins t-shirt and hat, and also BC Lions jersey and hats, but that's about it when it comes to American football. I'm just not interested in that sport whatsoever, and their jerseys, not even worth it, not even worth it. I wouldn't waste my time on that, and I'm not going to compromise on it either. And, you know, the hockey guy went down a notch on my respect level when he said he was going to start collecting football jerseys. And you're a hockey fan, you made it a point of saying you're the hockey guy, and now you're saying, well, I'll collect football jerseys because I'm a tightwad. Well, you go on ahead. I guess you're not the hockey guy anymore. You're the douchebag. Okay, that was one thing I wanted to talk about. The other thing I wanted to talk about was my beginning of my dislike for the Swedes, the Sedin sisters. And you may go, well, you have a Vancouver Canucks jersey with Henrik Sedin on it. Henrik Sedin's a nice guy. Why would you not like him? Well, he didn't win us the Stanley Cup, so that's to be considered. He did not win the Stanley Cup. You know, they've been good seasons with the Sedins, and they were worth picking up at the time, but at the end of the day, they didn't get their job done. And you have to look at things that are mainstream and go, well, that's part of the propaganda apparatus. And Vancouver was known for being Team Sweden for the longest time. A lot of people hated Vancouver for various reasons, but mostly people are stupid, and if they're told to hate something, then they'll usually go along with it because they don't have brains of their own. But I look at it and go, well, it's part of the propaganda apparatus, and you start to look into what Swedish ideology is and what I've seen of it. I'm not saying Henrik or Daniel Sedin necessarily agree with all aspects of Swedish ideology, but I don't know, they're on mainstream TV, so there's a good possibility that they do believe some of the things that come out of Sweden. I don't know, because obviously when the Sedins talk in front of the camera, they're told what they can and can't say, so I don't know. But based on what I know about Swedes, okay, there's PewDiePie. Very annoying guy, you know, nice enough, I'm sure. He's had, you know, one or two videos I think I watched that were alright, and he probably has others. I haven't invested that much time into seeing what he's got to say. The only video I was interested in that he made was Lady Gaga has a new poker face. That was actually quite a good video. But he also had the Swedish School of Horror. I didn't watch that video, but I saw it on the news feed. I just, you know, didn't bother clicking it because, you know, I got this sense that I wasn't going to agree with everything PewDiePie had to say, and I have heard negative comments about him. I mean, he may have 50 million subscribers, but that don't mean nothing to me. I mean, what else is going around that's indicative to Swedish society? Okay, you got the Facebook forums and the new childhood education programs that Sweden is promoting. Like there's this one that teaches infants to walk faster by swinging them around in a pool or something like that. No. How about no? I would not appreciate being swung around like that, and you know, the Swedes, they're kind of insane in some ways, actually. And then you got the movie It with Skarsgård. I do not like Skarsgård. I go, look, it was a hard role for anyone to play, and I don't know, I haven't seen the movie. I guess he did a good job. A lot of people seem to like him, particularly on the Facebook forums, of which I didn't really get to choose if I wanted to go to those forums or not. You may go, well, you didn't have to click on them. Well, I didn't, but they're the only ones that are available on my Facebook feed. First of all, there were all Halloween ones a week or two ago, which associates with It, the clown, Halloween, and that sort of thing. And there was some about romances and things like that. Stupid stuff that, I clicked on it because it was there, and it was basically the only news feeds that were available. Like, even the military collectors pages that I used to be on my other Facebook account, they seem a lot less active. Even the ones I remember specifically the names for, because I joined them on my other account. So there's a whole lot less posting going on. Some of them have just disappeared altogether. There were a few other forums that, nothing really interesting was ever said, but I think I would prefer them if there was more talking in them. Like a couple of person of interest ones. Like, I didn't like person of interest when it went all lesbian in the final season. Like, I didn't even bother. But the first season or two, and probably the third one as well, before Root showed up, it was not bad. Root's okay looking, but her lesbian insanity, it was too much. Couldn't deal with that. Anyway, yeah, a lot of people talking about it. Skarsgård is a Swede. The Sedin sisters are Swedes. PewDiePie's Swedes. And you go, what do all those things have in common? And what it is they're part of the propaganda apparatus here in Vancouver. It seems to be very Swedish oriented around here as far as intellectualism goes. It seems that way anyway. I don't know if in practice that's the way it is, but it would appear they're the ones making the money offhand. The Canuck symbol, as I've mentioned before, is a Haida symbol. I have two, Orca jerseys, but I don't particularly like them. And the way I see it, the Vancouver Canucks, they look thirsty. And let's give them a drink. That would be my mentality on it. I don't know how many other people are going to agree with me. I'm a little bit immobile at the point right now because of certain circumstances, namely this thing. It's not doing me any good right now. Anyway, I can see the beeper on my power button on my camera, so I'm going to have to make this a part 2. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.